Have you ever hiked through the mountains by moonlight? That's something I absolutely love to do. It's an amazing experience, but that moonlight sometimes plays tricks on you. It often makes me see things that aren't there, and sometimes I boldly march by things hidden in the darkness that I really should see. Hello and welcome to Beneath the Surface, where we step out of the chaos of our noisy world to slow down and touch on the things hidden below the surface of our lives. For the first few weeks on this channel, we're using the audio version of my book, Whispers in the Wilderness, read by my friend Brett Wilson. And we use this book to help us begin our journey to our inner world. We're going to listen to one chapter at a time, and then I'll briefly reflect on that passage. So put on a good pair of headphones, allow yourself to slow down, take a deep breath, and listen.
Moonlight. One of the unavoidable aspects of my job as a landscape photographer is that after I finish photographing sunset at a backcountry lake, I then have to make my way through the darkness back to the trailhead where my vehicle is parked. During the summer months, that journey is often many miles long, giving time for the sky to grow dark and the stars to appear. At times, the moon rises and helps me find my way. Sometimes it can be so bright that I will turn off my headlamp and hike back to the trailhead without any artificial light. Most of the time, though, the moonlight is just bright enough to make out the rough outline of the trail, but everything else around it is in darkness. There could be a bear or a moose sitting right next to the trail, and I wouldn't see it. At times, we live our lives by moonlight. Although we try to convince ourselves that we see clearly, there is so much about this world that remains a mystery. We often can't even express our own inner longings, the reason we took a particular action, or why we responded so harshly to that comment by a coworker. If we can't even understand our own hearts, how can we be so certain we understand others, or the fullness of the world around us? Perhaps the healthiest position we can take is that of humility, a recognition that we view this world by moonlight.
One of the things I've learned as I've grown older is that we have a tendency to convince ourselves that we see and understand far more than we actually do. Life, other people, and even our own inner world is more of a mystery than we are usually willing to admit. We tell ourselves that we know why this person acted that way or what the meaning of something is, when in truth, we don't fully understand. We make up answers to fill in our gaps. We deceive ourselves to make ourselves feel safer. Yet the journey to wholeness requires us to let go of our blind certainty and to acknowledge our limitations. Humility may not be very sexy, but it is essential for us to make the journey towards wholeness.